Hello, Kit fans. This is Talking Kit, and you are watching the Strip Down. We are previewing the Premier League fixtures for Matchweek 4. So get involved, and let's see what's coming up this week in the Premier League. Hello, so it's me, Double A, it's Aaron. I'm joined as always by James. Still no Sean, but we moved, don't we? We go on. We crack on regardless.
We go again, as they say.
As the Scousers say. Looking forward to this. We've got a guest. We're going to bring him in a minute. But you okay, James? It's been a little bit. You all right?
Very good, very well. Thank you for asking. Yes. Nice to see you repping the latest of United kits. Always good to see.
Yeah, I thought I might. I don't wear them to the game. I only ever wear kits outside of football.
I don't know, too United heavy. I've gone for sort of a Gaza reference here. That's also is put towards Soccer Aid as well in purchasing the shirt. So it was a win-win for me. So I've gone for that. Didn't want it too Man United heavy, given that we're both big fans. But
I've gone the opposite way. In the Premier League, I've gone the opposite way. But no, we'll have a little chat in a minute. Let's get a guest in. It's a guy I've wanted to get on for a little bit. We've done some streams together with him on other people's channels. Knowledgeable on football, really knows his stuff. I think I know about my football. I listen to this guy speak, and I feel like I'm just learning about the game. He's that knowledgeable. Honestly, he knows his stuff. In the group chat, he comes in with we're in this group chat with some other YouTube hosts, and he comes in, just drops knowledge and bounces again, and just like he drops the mic and just bounces. He fucking loves it. He's a nice guy, and I'm happy he's come on the channel definitely. So yeah, let's hand him in. Is Kojo from Free Midfield? What are you saying, bro? You good?
Good, man. Thank you for the praise, first of all. I feel kind of left out, though, because I'm not doing any football swag. I'm just kind of...
Don't worry about it.
So, I mean,
it's nice.
This is Sasenga doing tennis, So,
well, Aaron's put the pressure on you now. You'll drop the knowledge rather than the shirt, so it's all good.
Well, that's
it. I can't lie. I was hearing that. I was like, oh, damn.
Hey, that was off the top, that as well. I didn't even write that for you, mate. So you know what I mean? I'm good with the intros. But it's nice for you to balance it out, because I look like, one of them 14-year-old Twitter nobodies in the room, sat in the room with kits around them all day.
Nah. Oh, you're better than that. You're better than that.
Nah, well, I like to think.
It's a pleasure, man. Absolutely. No,
yeah, like I say, mate, it's good to finally get you on doing something with us. Like I say, it's been a minute. We've done stuff on other channels, and it's nice to see you. Nice to see you getting involved on Talking Kit. So yeah, you are from Free Midfield. Just want to give a little shout out on what it is you guys do.
So we do a lot of things right now. Obviously, we talk about games that happen within the week. Sometimes preview, sometimes review. We do a bit of commentary as well. So every Sunday on a Super Sunday game or two, depending on how big or small the games are, we try our best to cover them through commentary of our own as well. And we're planning a few things in the future to cover everything from top to bottom of the Premier League and a bit of European football today as well. So yeah, that's what we do, and we're everywhere on all your audios, on all your socials. Yes, including TikTok. I don't know why we made a TikTok, but we're on TikTok.
We've done the same. Yeah.
Oh, there you go then. So this is a TikTok club right here. So yeah, there we are. But yeah, that's what we do. And if you love football, you're always welcome on the show.
Definitely. Make sure you are checking them out. Free Midfield. Absolutely brilliant. Listen, like I say, knowledgeable guys. Make me feel like I'm just learning about the game myself when I check you guys out. So it's good to get you on. So international break. Obviously, worst time for club football fans. Nice to have the Premier League back. Overall, looking at some of the fixtures, quite some tasty matchups there. Looking forward to having football back, guys. Watching a bit of normal football.
I am, yeah. I can't wait for it, to be honest. I didn't even watch England-Poland. I forgot, and that's not like me. I know that you don't necessarily follow the internationals, Aaron, but I'm always sort of watching them in the background. Completely forgot it was on. It sort of came up on my notification. It was a 1-1 draw. So on the Polish beer tonight after their 1-1 draw. So yeah, I completely forgot, to be honest, it was on. So I'll be glad to see the fixtures back. And I know we're going to talk about, we spoke about it last time, Ronaldo's return. Really looking forward to it. It is a 3 o'clock kickoff though, but what can you do?
I'm all right. I'll be there, so I don't really matter. It's fine by me. What about yourself, Kojo? How would you feel during international week? What's your take on it?
Honestly, I pay no attention to international football. I think the best way to describe it is throughout three midfield history, apart from the Euros and maybe the World Cup as well. I think if we did cover that, we have never, and I mean never, focused on the internationals during the normal league season. We don't give any, I was going to swear about that. So,
you can swear if you want. It's all good.
I'm trying to keep it down a little bit. So, yeah, no, I didn't care, but I did watch some of the goals on the timeline. So I saw Kane's beauty. I saw Messi do magic again. Ronaldo did his magic again. So yeah, it was just nice to watch it on the timeline rather than watching it live.
Yeah, I said there used to be a period of time when I used to really watch England, and if we were on a midweek and it was like 7-8 o'clock, absolute perfect tonic to get me to bed. I used to fall asleep, guaranteed every single time when I used to watch England. I did watch the Poland game. Not great, was it? Not great. They should have won, but it wasn't too great. Well, yeah, we forget about that now. Let's move on to the Premier League. Like I say, some tasty matchups coming, and there's some comments coming in. So yeah, shout out to Adam from After Extra Time, one of our sports social affiliates. I've got a podcast on there. Great guys. He said After Extra Time in the building, lads. And also, is Ronaldo on the back of that top, Aaron? No, I've not got Ronaldo on. I was actually in. I shouldn't really say this, but I don't know if you can notice the little kit that's right behind me. So announced today, I'm expecting a little baby Roberts.
Big news.
So I went and bought the shirt at the ground. It was absolutely rammed. Obviously, I feel a bit of a Judas because I don't like giving the Glazers any money. But obviously, I get as the season get older, I get some money off. So why the hell not? Do you know what I mean? Did a whole sort of reveal as if it was a transfer, like what's he called? Fabrizio Romano. Here we go. Confirmed. Yeah. So did a little reveal at today. So I went in and bought a shirt. I noticed the Ronaldo cup font is sold out. I think they still out in the Premier League, but it was absolutely chocker.
You went for Phil Jones in the end, right, Aaron?
No, that's John O'Shea. Come on, be respectful, man. John O'Shea, the legend.
You went for Jones 4 on the back of it. Come on, don't lie.
I will say though, the thing about Phil Jones here is, as much rubbish as he gets, the guy is going to go down in football history as one of the players to have a whole collection of medals apart from the Champions League. He's going to have accolades. He's going to get set. He's not like Harry Kane, who's got Champions League runner-up. He can be a pundit in the future and have Premier League, FA Cup, European League, all of that, and then Harry Kane will be next to him with Champions League runner-up, League Cup runner-up. Yeah. Legend.
Levels. There you go, Spurs fans. Levels.
Think that in your pipes, Spurs fans. Yeah. Adam, again, congratulations, mate. I think Baby Roberts would suit a Leicester kit. I'm going to disagree with that one. I'm going to stick to Manchester United. My partner's dad is a Liverpool fan. I've always had to put it in place. No, Liverpool is going down. So, and shout out to High Design and Prince with the. Thank you very much. So yeah, let's get into the first matchup of this weekend then. Kicking off tomorrow at 12:30. It is Crystal Palace Spurs, as we've just been talking about, and this one will be on BT Sport. Spurs 3-3, top of the league. What are we thinking on this matchup? Crystal Palace struggling a little bit. James, should we kick off you? What's your sort of take on this matchup? Is it something you've watched?
I think Spurs are strong favourites for this. I looked up the fixtures from last year. It was a 1-1 draw for Palace. I think Kane scored in that fixture. I'd probably expect Kane to score again for this one. Vieira is still in this transitional period, and it just depends how quick he can turn that around with his club. I know he's had a big turnaround in terms of squad players. A big turnaround with those. Yeah. But for me, I'd say Spurs. I'm going to say 2-0.
2-0 to Spurs. Kojo, what's your thinking on this game tomorrow?
Yeah, I think this is when Spurs lose their 100% record, but it won't be a loss. I think it's going to be a draw again. I feel like Vieira's slowly starting to get things into place with this team. Yeah. I think he's still trying to defend on a few of the players that he just know aren't good enough. However, the signing of Edwards from Celtic. It's huge. Yeah. Very huge. And if he's been able to train with the team and get into a bit of rhythm with them already, I think he'll start the game. And I think he'll make an impact. I think he'll make an instant impact. I'm going to go that far. So I think there's going to be another 1-1 draw.
Yeah. No, I agree on the Edwards sort of topic, because I think I was having a conversation on different podcasts earlier, before the season kicked off, and the conversation was around him and should he get that move from Celtic, and I think it was linked with, I think it was Brighton at the time, maybe Newcastle as well. Both two clubs that could do with another striker, but yeah, Palace getting that one over the line, bit of a coup for them. Something they need, obviously relying on Benteke, who can't score for loving the money, to get a young 24-year-old striker in, who's obviously hungry, wants to prove he can do it in the Premier League. Linking up with Eze, Zaha, could be a good matchup. Like you say, I expect him to make an immediate impact. I probably am going to go with Tottenham. I think Tottenham might sneak the over the line, do a Nuno special, get another 1-0. And yeah, I think it might be a good game. Bit of way it's been put on some of the matchups coming up. For this to be the 12:30 kickoff is a little bit strange for me. I think suits a 3 o'clock. I think considering sort of United's game, and like I said, there's a couple of others probably wouldn't have had this. But 12 o'clock, don't put it on your bet, because it is going to mess it up if you are doing the usual sort of
I do agree with Kojo in that respect. If you're going to be putting a draw on, this could be the banana skin that lets you down. I've gone heavy on Spurs there, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Palace do something at home. So it might not be a bad shout to go that way with it.
Okay, so yeah, Crystal Palace at home to Tottenham tomorrow at 12:30. Like I say, that one is going to be on BT Sport. So make sure you are checking that one out for sure. The next game, we've got everyone's favourite team, not Norwich, no, Arsenal, obviously. The one we all love to have a laugh at. Obviously, we're all in the Never a Foul group chat, and the absolute banter that Arsenal get in that group is hilarious. Like, and I love the first reaction they do is to go back at Spurs, all the Arsenal fans, but it's like, how can you even chat to them in a minute? But yeah, Arsenal v Norwich. 3 o'clock at the Emirates, both wearing the home shirts, which we all like to see when you don't need to change up. Kojo, I'm sure you've got a lot to say about this game. So let's come to you first. What's you thinking on this absolute gargantuan 6-pointer?
This is huge for both clubs. But I'm going to say this right now. If Arsenal cannot get a result at home, and with all due respect to Norwich, but I can't not disrespect them in this, actually. Let me not talk rubbish. It's not with all due respect. That's nonsense. Arsenal should just be killing them. That should be as simple as it gets. I'm expecting Arsenal to hit them for free. Minimum. If you cannot get the job done against Norwich, then you might actually be in a relegation battle. I can't lie. So I'm going to go 3-0 Arsenal. I'm not even convinced.
You didn't sound it.
Nah, I'm gonna go 3-0. I'll go 3-0. I'm just gonna say it. And if they let me, it's not letting me down. If they let themselves down, then so be it.
Okay. And we've talked about lineup. How do you think Arsenal need to line up? What do you think their strongest lineup is, and to maximise the talent that Arteta's got to his disposal? What do you think they need to do?
That even in itself is a tough question, because I don't think the team's any better than it was last year. So, Bellerin's gone, so I don't know if they're going to start Chambers or Cedric or the Sander Tomiyasu. I forgot about that. Okay.
Is he eligible to play? Has he had to quarantine or anything?
So. Well, they signed him. Like what, 2 weeks and a half ago. So yeah, I would hope that they've had him down already for their own sort of sake, anyway. Yeah. So I'll throw him in. I'll put Tierney at the left back position, because why not? They would be hoping that Ben White is back, and trust me, Ben White does not improve their defense, but it is what it is. Rob Holding, Mari, take your pick. They both suck. Then you got midfield. Xhaka can't play. I forgot.
Xhaka suspended. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and Partey is out partying with Ghanaians in London, so he forget about him. So it would be what? Who would it be? Oh, Lokonga. Jesus, Lokonga and El Nene. Oh no, he's injured. Wow. Okay, I'll go Lokonga and Smith Rowe. Maybe it's probably going to be 5 at the back again.
Yeah.
And then maybe 4 in front. And then maybe 2 up top. No, 1 up top there. So maybe a 5-4-1. You might see what they saw against Man City because they don't have options.
No.
They really don't have options. This is bad.
Saka did really well in the first England international from the break. International break. Obviously, I didn't see the Poland fixture, so I think he's the shining star for Arsenal at the minute. It's just how you get the best out of him because he's so young. He can't be expected to carry the team. So I do expect Arsenal to win against Norwich, and if they score early as well, I think it could be a 3-4-0 sort of game. Norwich aren't the sort of team to keep clean sheets, but Arsenal being the way they are at the minute, if they make hard work of it and it's going 70 minutes, 75 minutes, and it's still 0-0, and you're thinking, which way is this going to go? I think it all depends on that sort of first opening 20 minutes for me for this game. I'll still say Arsenal will win it, but it's not as cut and dry as it would have been maybe 2-3 seasons ago.
Yeah. Adam there saying this actually confused me when he started that comment when it starts off. I thought he was talking about Norwich and it actually switches. It's a championship team, to be honest, apart from Saka and Smith Rowe. Yeah, that's a point I was going to say to you, James, as well. Do you think, a lot of Arsenal fans, and Arsenal maybe themselves are putting a lot of pressure on 2 youngsters in Smith Rowe and Saka to get them out of this? I've seen some stats floating around on Twitter today, saying they'll get them out of trouble or they'll be helping them. But, the goals and assist ratio last season wasn't great for both of them. So, I think, it adds a lot of pressure for these young players to be thrown into the deep end for a big club like Arsenal who, should be bedding players in like other big clubs do. What do you think on that, having them two sort of push to the forefront?
See, watching the City game, obviously the City result when Xhaka got sent off, and I think it's tactical as well from Arteta. He didn't really make any changes in the midfield. He's expecting Ødegaard and Smith Rowe to keep up with City's midfield in that game, and it was really unfair for them to be expected to do that. Saka's a great player. He had a really good. He's done really well for England in the last tournament. He is one of their key players. You'd probably want more from sort of your Aubameyangs, your Lacazettes, your more senior players in that squad. That's what Arsenal need. Yeah. And it's just whether Arteta can get the best out of them. We're talking about, Aubameyang on the left, and then do you play with 2 up front with him and Lacazette? How does it work in the system? Smith Rowe, he's more attack minded, so you want him further forward. Is he really a box to box? So it's all about how Arteta can make those work. I think it would be unfair to put so much on them right now. Maybe 2-3 seasons from now, it'd be what you'd want, but that's just the way it is, I guess. But 4-0 was the last fixture between these two. The last result, I fully expect Arsenal to win this one, but. Yeah, if you're an Arsenal fan, it wouldn't be on your bet slip. I don't think. I think you'd be watching that, sort of biting your fingernails.
Yeah, they both raise really good points. And, it used to be that would be an Arsenal bank, and now obviously you're not too sure. It depends on which Arsenal turns up. Obviously, I'm hoping for a Norwich win. Obviously, I just think it's hilarious, and I'm hoping, even if they go 1-0 down. You know that crowd is turning so quick, and it's just beautiful to watch. And when the Emirates gets a bit nasty, it's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful place to watch and see that reaction. It's absolutely great. So, yeah, Arsenal v Norwich tomorrow at 3:00. One of many 3:00s we've got going on tomorrow in the Premier League. Don't forget, guys, please like and subscribe to the channel. Like the video, subscribe, share it. Like I say, this is the Strip Down with myself, Double A, Aaron, it's James, and we've got Kojo from Free Midfield going through the fixtures for this weekend. The next game then coming up is, I think this might be a little tasty game actually. Another 3:00 Saturday, Brentford versus Brighton. Both got off to decent starts in the league, and promoted side. Obviously that great win for Brentford against Arsenal. Draw against Villa. Doing quite well. So, James, what's your take on this game tomorrow?
First of all, loving the Brighton kit. Is that the away kit?
I think that's the away kit, yeah.
Like the sky blue, so it's quite a nice kit. Obviously, I don't want to clash with the white in Brighton's home kit. You were right to say that this might be a really good fixture. They met February 7th, 2017 was the last fixture between these two teams. Okay. 3-3 in this same fixture. So I think we'll see a lot of well, potentially a lot of goals. That's commentator's curse, isn't it? But I hope it's not a drab 0-0 now. But I've not seen too much of Brentford this season, I'll be honest. But I know fixture-wise, results-wise at least, they've done quite well. Yeah. I'm going to say this will be the first draw I'm going to pick, and I'm going to go for 2 apiece.
2 apiece. A lot of goals in this game. I think it might be about bit end to end. Yeah, sounds good to me. Kojo, Brighton away to Brentford. What's your take on this game, mate?
I'm just thinking about how tasty the aerial battle could be between Dunk and Tony. That could be one to watch. That would be nice and tasty because Dunk is not someone that shies away. He's coming for you. He's like, if you're the big guy, I'm the big guy too. We're gonna do this. Sort of like watching Kane versus Undertaker in the WWE. Come to collide in the ring. But if I'm going to be pushed for a prediction, I'm actually going to say I think Brentford are going to steal it. So I'm going to go 2-1, and I think, ironically, the winning goal is going to be a header.
Oh, okay.
Wow, you've really gone in on the prediction.
Mystic Kojo with that one.
I know, yeah.
Winning goals ahead. If that happens, we're going to play this back, I tell you.
I know, yeah. I'm going to come and text you for the lottery numbers, mate, if that's okay. I think, I agree with you, James. I think this could maybe end up a draw, but if we're going to go for a winner, it could be either side, 1 goal either way. I'm hoping, just for if we're going to go back to Arsenal, I'm hoping Brighton win, right? And all the Brighton players text Ben White saying that's how you keep them quiet. Don't £50 million. Don't give me a rest, mate. Give it a rest. No, I think it could be a decent game. I said Premier League's throwing up some decent fixtures this weekend. It's really good. It's a shame there's not too many more on TV, unfortunately. But yeah, Saturday, 3 o'clock, Brentford versus Brighton. That should be a really tasty little game, and I'm looking forward to that one. The next game we've got up, I think, going to be another cracking game. Again, a shame it's on at 3 o'clock. Leicester City taking on Manchester City at the King Power. One of my favourite away grounds, actually. I've been there watching Manchester United. I don't know if you remember the 2-2 where Maguire scored in the last couple of minutes with a header after 2-1 matter goals. Great away day that was. So I'm looking forward to this game again. Another great fixture. I'll have to watch it on Match of the Day because I'll be at Old Trafford. But nice to see City wearing an away kit, not wearing the light blue, which he seems to always get away with, which is always a pet hate of mine. I mean,
let's be honest, they should never be seen in that 3rd kit anyway, so let's not even go there with that.
Yeah, at least they've gone for the white one and not the training shirt. But
not the Sports Direct knockoff.
Yeah. So yeah, Leicester versus Man City, 3 o'clock kickoff. Kojo, we'll kick it off with you. Tasty matchup, mate. What's your take on it?
It is juicy, and the thing is, Leicester, the results against City recently have been really good, actually. So
yeah,
it makes for an interesting fixture. City are City, of course. We know what their quality is, but the thing is, they're missing Ederson, the backup goalkeeper. Wasn't it Stefan? I believe he's either injured or got COVID, one of the two. So that leaves them with Scott Carson.
Scott Carson, yeah.
Now that's a bit of a throwback, isn't it?
That's almost like when your defender has to go in there, isn't it? I guess at this stage. I mean, no disrespect to Scott, but when was his last actual competitive game? I think did he come on just as a bit of
last season at the end of the season?
Yeah, so he got a medal or something, was it? Just a bit of
Well, no, I don't think we do that for medals now. I don't think you have a certain amount for the squad. I just think they did it just to give him a bit of a few minutes for so many years and not played. So.
But sorry, I cut you off there, Kojo. But yeah, it's just interesting. I'd completely forgot about the whole Brazil situation. So
it just hit me just now, and I was thinking. I mean, I was going to say Gabriel Jesus, but they don't really miss Gabriel Jesus. So only Ederson is the main miss. But other than that, they got what they need in the team. But I'm going to stick my neck out, and I'm going to say Leicester continue the good form. So I'm going to go 3-1 Leicester City.
Ooh, okay. People hoping with Vardy in the team that's correct for their fantasy football. What about you, Aaron? Go on. Let's see what your prediction is.
Yeah, so a few comments here from Adam from after extra time. Obviously, he's a massive Leicester fan, so he thinks it's going to be Leicester. If Leicester score for us, it'll be a comfortable win, and he also thinks it's definitely going to be a Leicester win. I agree with Kojo. I think City, may miss some of the players that aren't out. The keeper situation, throwing Scott Carson quite cold into a massive game like this. Obviously, very experienced, so you assume he won't settle with nerves or have any nerves. But you never know in these big game situations how a keeper, especially the keeper position. Obviously, a lot of pressures on there. One mistake can cost you the game. I'm looking just forward for a tasty game. I think Leicester really, really impressed me every time I see them. And I think, early on in the season, I predicted they would push up for the top four. Might be a bit tough because obviously the United, Chelsea, Liverpool, City, all very, very strong. So I can see a Leicester win. It would be nice to see them win. I definitely think they could do that. Did you see the Daka goal in training this week? The overhead kick, mate.
I've not seen it.
I think once he gets used to the Premier League and he gets going, he's going to be a problem for a lot of defenses in this league. Most definitely, he looks like a great, great player. And again, a great, unknown sign. Well, not unknown, but under the radar signing from Leicester, who have a track record of doing it. And I'd like to see a Leicester win. I think it'd be nice. I think it's going to be a good game. So I'll probably go for a 2-1 if I'm going to get a score prediction out there.
Yeah, I was looking at the results. Obviously, Leicester won the Charity Shield 1-0. It was a penalty, wasn't it? Yeah. 2-0 in an identical fixture last year. City won 2-0. Again, until Kojo mentioned it, the guy with the knowledge in the show tonight, I completely forgot about the whole Brazil situation with like the whole who can play, who can't play, etc. I'm not even too sure if that's even been sort of finalised at the minute, but that could be a big difference. Like you say, Scott Carson comes to the game cold. Okay, like you say, plenty of experience, England caps, etc., etc. But to play at that level and that intensity and to be sort of just thrown in there, it could make it very interesting. Leicester as well, for me, really well-rounded team. They don't really seem to have any weaknesses.
Yeah,
I think on a lot of the sort of discussions we have about United, it's like, well, it's great going forward, but then that midfield is a question mark. Right back, there's a question mark about cover for Wan-Bissaka. But when you look at the Leicester team as a whole, really well-rounded. Not too many sort of weaknesses, so to speak of. Just generally, every player seems to be a 7 out of 10. They might not be a 10 out of 10 every single one, but all of them, make a good collective whole. And I'm going to say 1 apiece in this game for me.
No, that's fair enough. Adams jumps in again. If I was Man City, I would do an emergency loan for Stockport's number 1. I think that's directed at Sean. If Sean was here, he'd have.
Yeah.
He'd have something to say, I think.
To be fair, Sean might be better than Scott Carson. He rates himself as a keeper, so
he's about 5'7". He's got no chance in the he's got absolutely no chance. Leicester City versus Manchester City at the King Power, 3:00, and I think the next game, the one we're all waiting for, innit? I think even the neutrals are waiting for this game. Manchester United, Newcastle United at Old Trafford, Saturday, 3:00. I am really shocked this hasn't been moved. I was adamant last week this game would have been moved to accommodate for TV. I was thinking maybe 8:00 on Saturday night. Surprised it's been at 3:00. Get there just means streams are going to go through the roof, aren't they? I think.
See, I'm not a season ticket holder, and tickets for this game. I mean, I'm working anyway, unfortunately, but tickets for this game are like rocking horse shit. They just don't exist. So every man and his dog just wants a ticket for this game. One question I was going to ask you, Aaron. Sorry to jump in.
That's okay.
Would you want to see Ronaldo start or come on, get that ovation? Because I think either way, the crowd are going to be absolutely buzzing for this fixture. What do you think?
Oh, he has to start. He started trading on Tuesday. He's come out and said, like jokingly with West Brown, I'm going to put pressure on Ole. I'm ready to go. Start him. There's no reason. I know Ole's come out today saying you will see him at some point. I think for me, the crowd are expectant. The crowd are going to be up from the minute anyway, so you don't need to bring him on to get a cheer to get the crowd up. Start him and you'll just get him involved. There's somebody sorry that Cavani's not in the matchday squad as well, so that should. Well, we've got plenty up there anyway, haven't we? Martial, Greenwood, Pogba can play up there. Ronaldo.
I just think, does that cement his place in the starting lineup? Do you think?
Maybe not, because he could go Sancho, Greenwood, Martial. He could go put Pogba, Martial, Sancho. There's so many variations on what he can do in that front three, but just start him. Everyone that's going tomorrow wants him to start. Just do it. And some people have probably remortgaged drafts to get a ticket for for Saturday. I heard, tickets were going for £2,800. I was very tempted. I was texting my dad saying, "Shall we? Baby on the way now." But obviously, I can't. No, I want to be there. I've got to do it. So I'm really excited to be there. And obviously, we all know Ty from the Rafale. Big up Ty. I was trying to help him get tickets. But obviously, for some reason, you can only get him as a member. So he signed up on the Thursday before Ronaldo signed. The next day, he's got these tickets, and obviously, it's going to be probably the biggest game of the season. So
wow,
he's absolutely buzzing. I think we're meeting up tomorrow as well, sort of for a little catch up, do some content maybe. But no, I'm so excited. I was excited for the Leeds game, just going back to a full stadium after 18 months and stuff like that. But to beat this will beat that. This will destroy that atmosphere, and I just absolutely cannot wait. I'm hoping for. I said earlier on in the week. I'm hoping for United just to come out all guns blazing. Newcastle not in the greatest of form, and we just blitz them for another 4 or 5-0 for me. Needs to be there to rubber stamp, put a marker down and say United are going to challenge this season, and that's all United fans want really, to be challenging for the league. So confident we're going to get a win. 4 or 5-0 for me. I'm going to go with stick my neck out. Yeah.
See, for me, I was always concerned. I mean, the result last year, I think it was 3-1 to United. So I was probably going to say repeat scoreline. With Varane in there now, I think he looks so assured sort of in the last fixture. And he was probably the highlight of that Wolves game. It wasn't a good performance from a lot of the United players. So I'm going to say 3-1, 3-0 Manchester United. I think the atmosphere there, I do envy you, Aaron. It's going to be absolutely electric. I think everyone's going to be bouncing in the stadium tomorrow. So, 3-1, 3-0 to me, for me, for Man United. There's not going to be a shock result from Newcastle.
Definitely. Kojo, just before we get your sort of prediction and your thoughts on the game, one question, the burning question on probably every United fan's mind, besides the Ronaldo situation. Midfield, what does Ole do?
He has to start Donny van der Beek, because Newcastle. The funny thing about Newcastle is they are never in a run of form. They're either in poor form or get a win here and there, and then go back to poor form. So they never have a run where you're like, or you don't know. You just never know which Newcastle's coming up. They get their wins out of nowhere, and that kind of worries me a little bit, because United have a tendency in recent years to let a team like Newcastle come and cause them unnecessary trouble when they should be dealing with Newcastle. That said, I think you have to start Donny. I think that interview with Rio Ferdinand was more of a plea. He was very polite. He was very honest. He still gave his props to Ole. He still gave his props to the team. So it showed that he wasn't unhappy at the club, but obviously he wants to play football. It's like anybody else would, isn't it? So I think if you start him alongside Matic, I think will make sense rather than McTominay. Especially because McTominay just coming back from injury, so there's no point to risk him. Because of the Brazilian issue, certain men are staying at home. So all jokes aside, I think Donny van Beek must start, and I think if he starts, you get more control of the game. You have someone better passing from the midfield, someone that understands the position that he's playing in as well, because he knows I can play there kind of guys. He has experience playing there quite often for Ajax, for the Dutch team, and then once or twice for us, so he can do it. So I would say put them two together, and obviously Bruno has the number 10 role. That's undisputed. That is his position. So
who's on pens? Who's on free kicks? What do we think?
Ronaldo's on penalties, man. I don't want to hear the name Bruno Fernandes. No way. I don't want to hear it, man. Any reason to just hear Sue? I don't want to hear Bruno's name. I don't want to hear that, because the thing is, at the end of the day, for me, as far as I'm concerned, Cristiano Ronaldo is Bruno Fernandes' father. Yeah? What that means is that when he tells you he's going to do something, you must listen and you must follow. That's it. So if he says something, if you see him holding the ball, you must walk away. Let him go and do his thing. That's all it is. It's just rules of life. But yeah, I envy you as well, because I tried my best to get a ticket, and obviously I couldn't go. I was very much contemplating seeing if someone would sell it for a bit more of a higher price. And then I see that. So you might see this guy. So obviously Ty's going. I think Usman's going as well.
Yeah,
For others. There's a guy in our group chat called Ali, who's a very cool guy. He's going as well. He got offered £1,000 for his ticket 2 days ago. Like he did put it off for sale. Someone said, "Oh, you're going to the game? I could put £1,000 in your account right now." And he was thinking about it at the time.
Nigerian prince is asking for these tickets at the minute.
When it comes to Nigerian princes, I can tell you a secret right now. I'm pretty much their neighbor, so I can tell you a secret right now. If you are ever approached by a Nigerian prince and you ask for only £1,000, you are a fool. You must be asking for 5 digits, minimum 5 digits. Trust me.
They don't want to transfer gold now. They just want the ticket to see Ronaldo's debut again. But yeah,
they will drop you the money. The proper ones will drop you the money as well. I'm not even joking. But yeah, I think as for a result, I think it'll be a 3-0 minimum. I think if Ronaldo starts, it'll be 3-0 in the first half. I'm that confident.
I agree. And even if I do kind of, if I had to put money on, I'd say Ronaldo will get a goal. But even if he doesn't, I just think the crowd are just going to be so up for this game. Yeah. It's almost like this is gonna sound really condescending to Newcastle, but it's almost gonna be like a sports day, and it's just like and everyone's just like all the parents are there, and it's just like, come on, let's do it, and one of them's gonna get it, like someone's gonna score it, and that's the sort of fixture it's gonna be. So there's nothing from Newcastle I don't think that's gonna cause any threats.
I hope Phil Jones, like you say, sports day, because he'll turn up being tied up to bloody Eric Bailly as a 3-legged race, 100%.
And to be fair, they'd still be quicker than Maguire, but still, there we go.
That's very true. So you asked me, and obviously I said, do you think Ronaldo starts, James?
Now I've heard that Cavani's not in the matchday squad. I think he will. The only thing that makes me doubt that is knowing what Ollie's done in the past, where he's stuck to type and he's done the things that he normally does, and I feel like he'll want to bring him on with half an hour to go. Doesn't need to do it. He's played for Portugal. He's trained with the first team. Just play him. He said himself he's had a good pre-season with Juve. Just play him. Play him through the middle. Play him. I don't care. I would prefer, I think, Sancho to Greenwood just for the crossing aspect of it. I think with Shaw on the left and then with Sancho on the right, you've got Ronaldo in the air just dominating everything. But I don't even care if he plays Greenwood as well with him. Just play him.
Yeah.
I think he's going to put Pogba on the left, again. And for me, it's, even though I still do think Pogba's best position is central midfield, on the left he is able to create.
Absolutely.
He's a lot more. He's further forward, is what I would say. He's further forward. So,
I think it complements Bruno as well, doesn't it? More because not everyone's man marking Bruno, and it gives the opposition someone else to think about. So exactly. I do like him on the left.
And if you've got Pogba, Bruno, and Sancho behind Ronaldo, oh come on, man, come on. Honestly, for me, it's like this. I want a creation overload. I want a creation overload so much that if you want to take one of those 3 off, bring Mata. He might be slow, but he's still got an eye for a pass.
Yeah.
We'll find Ronaldo in the instant as well. I just want creation overload. And I want Ronaldo in the box, like peak Ruud van Nistelrooy, just saying, "Yep, here I am. Give the ball to me. I'll do the rest." That's what I want.
Big time. Adam saying, as a neutral, can't wait to see Ronaldo play, but feel for Lingard. He has to leave the club, Aaron. He had his chance. Wanted to stay for Ronaldo. I don't feel sorry for him if he wants to sit on the bench. That's up to him, isn't it?
I've heard he's stalled on a new deal, but again,
wants assurances. But he couldn't get in the team with Mata and Pereira ahead of him. So how are they going to do it with Sancho and Ronaldo? I don't know.
I think Dan James was picked ahead of him in a lot of fixtures. So.
Well, exactly that. So let's not keep it too United heavy. There's some other fixtures we better into. So yeah, Manchester United v Newcastle United, possibly the pick of the weekend, just due to the fact Ronaldo could start for United. We hope he does, especially the three guys on the panel. So yeah, look out for that one. I'm United win. United win all round. Is that what we're going for?
Yeah.
I thought so. Okay, yeah. Moving on. Another 3:00 kickoff. We have another tasty game. I think this could be a nice game. Southampton versus West Ham. Saturday 3:00 again down at St Mary's. Yeah, again, Southampton playing all right. Did well against United in the draw. West Ham playing really well. Mikel Antonio doing his thing as the number 9. What we're thinking, James? Thoughts on this game?
Last year's result was 3-0 to Southampton, so it was a home win. But I'm going to back West Ham in this one. Again, Antonio, I think he's He's doing what he does. I think, Aaron, this will pain you to hear this, but I think Moyes has got a good energy about this West Ham team. There's a good there's just a good team spirit about it.
Aaron, I feel the same way. When I type his name, I don't even put the O. It's M*YES.
It's a swear word. No, but I think like with Declan Rice as well in the midfield, they've got a good spine to the team. And I'm gonna go West Ham 1-0, 2-1. There's not gonna be much in it, but I think West Ham are gonna pinch this one.
Yeah, cool. Sounds good. Kojo.
Well, if you can tell by my accent, I'm a pure Londoner. Yeah, New lad, the Amas. If I don't go to United game, I always go to West Ham game. I love the atmosphere there. They're great. They've got great fans.
You blowing bubbles?
You blowing bubbles in the air.
You blowing them bubbles, Kojo?
I'm blowing them bubbles. They fly so high and they reach the sky. I'm actually going to back that. So I think West Ham are in good form. Southampton are again they're like Newcastle. When they play football, I think a lot of people enjoy their football Southampton play, but they're another team that you just don't know which Southampton's going to turn up. And I can't remember, correct me if I'm wrong, have they replaced Danny Ings?
They got the kid from Armstrong they brought in, didn't they?
Yeah, Adam Armstrong. Yeah, so I mean, he started well. Yeah, he started well, but obviously it's a different level. So we'll see if he can continue that form. But I'm going to go with West Ham as well. I think they'll find a way to win this game. They need to bounce back though, because the Crystal Palace draw was quite frustrating on their side. They should have come away with a victory in that game. So I'll go 2-1 West Ham.
Yeah, sounds like a fair prediction for that one. I know you say about Moyes, James, but I think at West Ham, when there's no pressure on, it's absolutely fine. That's his level. Same with Everton. It's just obviously at United, obviously being a season ticket holder, it was my absolute worst nightmare. And I still went.
I think. Did you say that was the worst United you'd seen under Moyes?
Right. Van Gaal's a close second, yeah. But Moyes, it was just. He just didn't have a clue, and he was so far out of his depth. He was drowning, absolutely drowning. But it proved one thing, that I'm definitely not a glory hunter, because I sat there and watched every game at home under Moyes. So I spent money, so no one can ever call me a glory hunter. Do you know what I mean? So
it was
at least it brought that out.
It was one of the most painful experiences of my life, man. I mean, I went to one of the games that we lost at home. I couldn't come back. I didn't have the stomach for it. And then I was actually supposed to go to the City game that we lost 3-0. We lost to Liverpool, I think, the week before after 3-0 as well.
3-0 as well, yeah.
But I was actually, at the end of the game, I was upset that I didn't go to the game, because I watched, stupidly enough, his interview after the game. And when I heard the words, "We aspire to be like City," I've never felt such violence in my body.
You turned into one of them West Ham hooligans, didn't you?
West Ham, we're talking Millwall anger. This is Millwall anger that was building up inside me. I was on violence. If it was near me, I would have gone to prison that night. That's how bad it was. The anger, when I heard that, oh my goodness. So yeah, that was a terrible time. But he's doing well for West Ham now, to be fair to him. So yeah, he's doing all right. He's doing all right, bro. I'm a football fan, man. If I can't go to United, I'm going West Ham. That's how I do things. I know Jay knows me. I really know Jay. If I can't go Man United, I'm going West Ham. What? You want to go Liverpool or Man City? Oh hell no. No.
Big up Jay. He was on the first episode. Nice to see you locked in, mate. He's trying to get at you there. He's trying to reel you in, mate. Don't fall for it, Colin. Don't fall for it.
Never.
But no, yeah, I agree with the Moyes thing. I was unfortunate enough to be at the Liverpool game and the City game back to back 3-0. But no, I can't fault Moyes for what he's doing at West Ham. Really good job. Like you say, not a club that spends a lot of money. Really wanted Lingard. Was unfortunate enough to get him. Whether that's because United priced him out the move or not, you don't know. Kurt Zouma was a good signing for him. Will definitely strengthen that back line. He may make his debut for them. No, I think West Ham could win. I think it'd be a tasty game though. I don't think, like you say, could swing either way. But I think West Ham current form may have a bit too much, especially if, like Kojo says, you don't know what Southampton team are going to show up on that one. So yeah, it's 3:00 tomorrow down at St Mary's. Another tasty game for you. Southampton versus West Ham. Okay, and the last 3:00 of the weekend, Watford, Wolves, another great away. I've been there. I went to the one where Lingard scored that goal from the halfway line. Great away there. Split my jeans at that game, celebrating that goal, all down the crotch area. That was great. That's my defining memory.
How early was that goal scored? If that's like 14 minutes in, that's a long day.
I was just really excited that he scored from the halfway. But no, yeah. So the Hornets versus the Wolves. Nice to see Wolves in their away kit. Obviously, they'd have to be wearing orange as a whole. Kojo, what are you thinking of Watford? Probably not giving a lot of hope. They've got rid of Troy Deeney. What do you make of them so far in the Premier League?
They started okay. The win over Aston Villa took me by surprise. I didn't expect them to destroy Aston Villa the way they did. Look so convincing.
Yeah.
And then but Watford will eventually get into a run of results that don't go in their favour, and that's okay. I think they're going to be. I think for the first 2-3 months of the season, they'll have a decent run of form, good results here and there, and then they'll start to fall off a little bit. Losing Troy Deeney had to happen. That's just sometimes you got to let these people go. It is what it is. He was there long enough. He doesn't contribute much to the team anymore. You've got better talent now. Let him go. It's fine.
Yeah.
As for the result, funny enough, these two teams keep playing games where they have a load of shots. They're just not hitting the target enough. So it's either going to be the most awful 0-0 or it's going to be a most wonderful 3-3. And being as hopeful as I am, I'm going to go 3-3. But if it's lost the match of the day, I do apologize.
Commentator's curse for that one.
There you go.
James, what were you thinking?
In 2020, I think it was a 2-1 win for Watford. This is again, like you mentioned, Aaron, about the fixtures, great fixtures, and you think, well, everyone's playing everyone every weekend, so it doesn't really make a difference. But I think just the way that they're lined up this weekend is quite interesting. Yeah. Again, with the kits, I don't know if Wolves has got a third kit that might have been.
It's the black one. I think that's why they're not wearing it.
Okay, so they can't find the black. Okay, so that makes sense. But no, for me, Watford, I think they're going to miss a player that plays for Chile. Am I right in thinking that they've got a player from Chile who can't play?
It gives her a C. I can't remember his full name.
Yeah, to be confirmed. Because again, I'm not too sure what the situation is with the South American players. But this again for me, I'm just looking at it. If I had to put money on it, I'm tempted to say a draw. I think that Wolves, at least when I saw them against Manchester United, were quite well organised, and they just perhaps lacked a little bit of. They just sort of ran out of ideas, I think, in the final third. Watford will be up for it. It's a home game for them, so they'll really want to. Obviously, it's a big opportunity, I think, for a team that has just come up to. These are the sort of games that they'll be expecting to try and win at home. But I'm going to go for a draw again. I'm going to sit on the fence again with this one. We'll take the splinters out my arse for sitting on the fence, but I'm going to say one apiece.
No, okay, yeah. I think like both of you have said, it could go either way. I think Wolves. I think if Wolves start to score, they could be a really entertaining team that could get a lot of goals in games. I think it's just getting over the line, start actually transferring them shots into goals. They've got some really great players. Like getting Trincao from Barcelona is an absolute steal. He's what a player. What an absolute player. Came to Barcelona last season with a lot of hype around him, and for whatever reason they've had to sell him. But typically he's obviously gone to Wolves. The Algarve of the Midlands, obviously. Everyone knows. But no, I'm looking for. I think it could be like I say, it could be one of them games. Could be dead. Could be a 0-0 last on match of day. Could be a 3-3 thriller. No, I think it could be a decent game. Say, like the last 3 o'clock kickoff down at Watford Brown. It's absolutely got my head what it's called.
Vicarage Lane.
Vicarage Road. That's it.
Oh, Vicarage Road, something like that. Yeah.
We both got it wrong. Vicarage Road. Yeah. One of them stadiums. It's all built up round houses and that. Absolute great little. It's on them old school, probably like Goodison Park as well, which is a lot similar to that. You're just walking through the streets and all of a sudden it's bang right in your face. But no, yeah, could be a good game. I don't mind Watford as a team, and I love the fact that they're sponsored by Kelme. You see a lot of Spanish teams have their kits manufactured by Kelme, so for a British team to do it, I'm all over that. I think
who's making Wolves kit this year?
It's Castor, similar to Newcastle and Rangers.
Okay.
Castor. don't know what to make about that really.
No, I'm not even aware of that logo. That's why I asked, because I was like, I'm not even convinced.
I think they even sponsor. Is it Gary Neville now as well? I think he's got some sponsorship deal with him as well. Weirdly, I don't know.
Sponsor a person now.
Wait, is that for him or for Salford?
I think it's him. It's actually just him because he wears all the training gear all the time.
Gary, if every time you leave your house, if you could just wear this, please, that'd be great. I mean, that's just a weird sponsorship.
But no, but it's like with footballers when they're sponsored, obviously by Nike or Adidas.
He doesn't play football anymore, though.
Well, all right, I didn't. It's not me making the deals. I'm just telling you.
Can you ring them up? That's a really bad marketing thing that they're trying to do there. Aaron.
Yeah,
Can you sort this out?
I get.
I don't think it's strange. I get like a player like, okay, you like we're Nike, we're whatever, like blah blah blah. But Gary Neville, I don't know, like.
I mean, he's everywhere.
I mean, he makes a good point. I mean, if you're looking for like a model, if it's someone that's out of our football now, like go for the Ljungberg or something, someone that had a bit of good looks about him, not G Neville.
Gary Neville.
Neville. But he's everywhere, isn't he? He's everywhere. You see him all the time. So.
And they were like, "Oh, if Gary turns us down, we'll have to go for Phil, and we don't want that." Oh no,
no one wants. And if he turns out, it's after Tracer. No one wants.
No one wants Tracer with a netball.
Forget that. But no, yeah. So I'll just answer because it's going to annoy me. Just answer your question, Kojo. Salford are supplied by Kappa, so I had to get out of there. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Are they like tight fitting, like traditional tight fitting Kappa?
I don't watch him that intensely, mate. But yeah, probably, maybe. I don't know. So yeah, the last 3 o'clock, like we say, down at Vicarage Road, Watford versus Wolves, and that's the last 3 o'clock kickoff. Starting the next game is the 5:30 kickoff, and that sees us watching down at the Bridge. Jay will be happy if he's still watching. It is Chelsea versus Aston Villa. 5:30 kickoff. Going to be on Sky Sports. And Kojo, will kick it off for you, mate. What are you thinking of this one? Again, could be I know you said, James, everyone plays everyone, but it seems like the matchups this week are really some tasty fixtures. So Kojo, yeah, what's your take on this fixture?
This is actually a more interesting fixture than people realise. I know Chelsea have been overwhelming favourites, and rightfully so. I mean, they are the better team in every position, to be honest. After when you go head to toe, but Aston Villa are a dodgy side. They're still a very good team, and even without Jack Grealish, I think they're able to get results. I still will predict a Chelsea win. Side note being, I would not be surprised if Villa are able to sneak all 3 points also, but I'm going to go for a Chelsea win regardless. I'll go 2-1 Chelsea. I think it'll be a lot more tighter than people realise. I think so anyway. Yeah,
Lukaku to score?
Not in this fixture. Next game.
Okay. Who have you got next? No.
No idea. I'm just making predictions.
It'd been like a game that you really wanted him to score in, like it was City or I don't know.
No, I think Champions League. He always starts scoring in the Champions League. Yeah, so that's why I'm ready for that. But yeah, I think they'll win too.
Cool. James.
Interesting one. Well, you say Lukaku won't score. Will he be up against Mings? So that'd be a good battle to see. 2 big guys going at it, and just to see who wins that battle. Yeah, like you say, Chelsea are favourites. I completely understand where you're coming from with that, Kojo, when you say you wouldn't be surprised if Villa did something there. Because, Villa are that sort of team. I think it was 1 apiece, the last fixture between these two at Stamford Bridge. So, again, that's why we're saying probably wouldn't be surprised if Villa did turn up on the day. The one thing with Villa, you said, obviously, without Grealish, but I think they've invested that money well. I think they've anticipated for a few seasons now they're going to, life without Jack Grealish. And they're bored, and obviously their sort of scouting network, they've done well to recruit and stuff with that money and use it well. So I still think Chelsea will win it. I'm going to go 2-1 Chelsea. Will Lukaku score? I wouldn't be surprised if he does nick a goal, to be honest. I'm not the biggest fan of Tyrone Mings, but who else is the centre-back for Villa? I'm trying to think.
Konsa. And they've also got Swansea there as well, who has played.
Oh, I'd love to see Axel play, but I don't think he will. But no, for me, unless Axel plays, 2-1 Chelsea.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I like that Villa are wearing their home shirt sometimes.
Yeah,
even that little light blue can sometimes get changed into the away shirt or third shirt. So nice to see they got it both wear home shirts. I'm with you guys. Expected Chelsea win. A lot of people tipping them for the title. Could that be the case? You know, they need to put a marker down, good draw against Liverpool at Anfield. They would expect him to win heavily at home in this match. I will go for that. I'm going to probably go for a 3-0. I think they'll have a bit too much, and players coming back in form. Werner scored for Germany. Could that be sort of the breaking point for him to finally kick on and be the player a lot of people think he should be?
Yeah, I think just as well. Sorry, I was going to say, because we mentioned how Xhaka got sent off in the Arsenal fixture, so obviously he's out of action. You think who's going to play in his place? Reece James obviously sent off in the Liverpool game, but they've got so much cover there, Chelsea, that you almost feel like it's not going to be such a huge deal for them. And I think that's the difference between obviously chasing that top four, chasing that Premier League title, and mid-table Arsenal. And I think that's just the difference between the teams at the minute.
No, you bang on, mate. So Chelsea versus Aston Villa Saturday, 5:30 kickoff on your Sky Sports if you're that way inclined. But that was the last game for Saturday, and then on Sunday, and there's only one game, which is a bit crap. One game on a Sunday. So that means you'll probably be stuck with some championship football. Not that it's bad. Obviously, we're talking about the Premier League. You'll be one game, 4:30 kickoff. Leeds United versus Liverpool on your Sky Sports. I anticipate this to be an absolute corker for you Sunday. Again, really good matchup. James, excited for this one?
Yeah, again, Kojo mentioned the Brazil, the whole South American issue, and I think Liverpool are the ones affected most by this, aren't they? Think of, is it Alisson, Fabinho, Firmino, and then you've got Rafinha for Leeds as well, who's probably going to miss out. So I think Liverpool are the ones that are hit hardest by this new ruling and this new sort of regulation that's come into place. I still think Liverpool will probably have too much. Leeds, just the way they play, very open, very attack-minded. The fans will always be a 12th man for them, but I still think Liverpool will still have too much quality in the final third. Yeah. I'm going to say I'd love to. As long as it's an open game, as a neutral, I'll be quite happy. I couldn't care less who won at this, to be honest. But I'd like it to be like a 3-2, and if it was, who would I want to win a 3-2 out of these two? I think it will be 3-2 Liverpool if I was going to predict that, but it'd be nice if it went the other way to Leeds. And either way, I think there's goals in this, whichever way you look at it.
That's what I like to hear, James. Kojo, can I get your thoughts on it?
I absolutely detest both teams. Obvious reasons, but obviously I don't know. I know, like, in my whole lifetime, I only know two Leeds fans, if that. Other than that, when it comes to Liverpool, there's too many of them I know at this point, and it makes me, even though I love some of them dearly as my friends, it makes me sick when they come to my message and say, "Did you see the game? You see what we did?" I don't want to hear that. So, my head says, honestly, 4-1 Liverpool. My heart says 0-0. And they both get deducted points for some sort of financial fraud come the end of next week. So I think that these are too open for me, man. And as long as Salah and Mane have that, Mane's not even in form, but as long as Salah has that space in behind, just running behind every time, he'll kill them off. So I'm gonna go 4-1 Liverpool. That might be a big score line. And if Leeds win, trust me, you can come back and clip this back. I'll be delighted. But yeah, if
I'm still waiting for the last minute header or the winning heading goal in the Brentford fixture, was it? But yeah, that'd be amazing if that comes true. Just so you guys know, one apiece in the fixture last year between these two. So
I think this is
Salah hat trick as well. Salah hat trick, yeah.
Yeah, I remember this was when sort of Leeds kind of changed their sort of tactical sort of thinking against big teams. I know we went there as a 0-0 and he started to pull some results out of the bag at Ellen Road. But I'm going to shock you. I'm going to go for a Leeds win here. I think this is the perfect game for an Ellen Road crowd to get the team up, and it's going to be this atmosphere will only be second to a Manchester United there. I think that's when it's red hot. And Ellen Road, can't wait. They're desperate for games like this for like 17 years. To finally have one this big there, I think they're going to be massively up for it. Crowd really going for it. And Leeds, Liverpool, like you say, missing some important players. I could see an upset. I hope for an upset. I could see an upset. So I'm gonna go for a 2-1 Leeds on this game. I think.
Is Adrian still Liverpool's backup keeper as well?
Yeah, I believe he is. Yeah, I think he's still there.
Again, we mentioned Scott Carson. I could be wrong. It might not be Adrian, but if it is, we mentioned Scott Carson. I think it's only fair we mention Adrian as well. Who's definitely got a mistake in him. Definitely.
I'm having a look for you right now.
What's wearing his gloves?
Yeah, it's him. Wow! Did you know that Karius is still there?
Oh, really?
Yeah, actually, I got he's at Besiktas and come back. Yeah, that tells you something.
Kitman, is he Kitman now?
Might as well.
You might as well. Yeah, he's not getting no game time.
Well,
but,
do you reckon between him and Adrian, they're like, it better not be me, it better be you. And they're like, no, you go in net, you go in net.
Like a hot potato. No, your turn. No.
Take the gloves. I'm not wearing them.
Too big for me. Too big. But yeah, I'm gonna go for a Leeds win on this one. I'm confident that they're gonna do it and surprise a lot of people. I'm hoping so anyway. So one fixture left for the weekend, and this is it's not even the weekend. It's into next week. It is on Monday Night Football on Sky Sports, 8:00, and propping up the table is Everton versus Burnley. Probably good. It's on a Monday night when you're knackered from work, so you'll probably just go home and not bother watching it because it is probably the worst fixture.
And they won't televise Ronaldo's debut. Honest to God.
Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm probably going to go with you, James, because Kojo seems like he's going to be sick at the thought of this fixture. So if you can say anything positive, Everton versus Burnley, what's your thinking on this one, pal?
Last year's result was a 2-1 away win for Burnley. What do we say about this? Again, we said I said my respects to Burnley for fielding a 1-11 in the squad numbers. Which is just, I love that sort of thing. But again, that just sort of plays into the heart of Burnley 4-4-2. Box to box, hit them hard in the tackle, long throw-ins. The classic Wednesday nights in Stoke. Can you do it? We always talk. I think Burnley are that sort of team at the minute. But I think for me, Everton under Benitez will be a different team, much more organised. Still loving Hummel. We need to see more Hummel in the Premier League. Albeit with the lower, I don't want to see United in that, but yeah, I'd be happy to see other teams in that. I'm going to go for an Everton win. I'm going to say, you know what? Kojo's been doing a few predictions. Calvert-Lewin with the winning goal. I'm going to go for like a 1-0 Everton.
Cool. Kojo, have you mustered up anything positive to say yet, mate? Or do you need a couple of minutes?
Well, damn. Okay, you know what? You're right. Benitez has got them quite organized. He's a very good coach in terms of keeping teams compact. And that's his favorite thing to do off the ball, just keep compact, keep things solid. But I feel like Burnley are going to steal this. I'm going to go 1-0, but no, Everton will score. I'm going to go 2-1 Burnley. But I'm just going to say right now, I'm not going to be watching this game because I will be live on Usman's channel doing the podcast, Rivals Fan Podcast Show. So, if you want to tune into that, please do. But other than that, I think it'll be a 2-1. 2-1 Burnley, I'll go 2-1 Burnley, yeah.
2-1 Burnley. Cool. I'm like you. I think watch it. Burnley were in Liverpool a couple of weeks ago, and I think they were very unlucky not to come away with at least a point against the Reds of Liverpool. I think they were very unlucky. If they had a better finisher in the team, probably could have scored a goal or two. I think they may be unlucky in this game. I think Everton might be a bit too strong at home. Pull out maybe a 3-1. I'm going to say. Gylfi sick? No, maybe not Gylfi sick.
Oh damn!
No.
Oh yes, please.
Not Gylfi sick. So. Yeah. No with Charlison. All right. I'm gonna go Mason Holgate to score the winner on this one. I think. Let's go for it. Why not? I don't know anyone else you've got. Obviously, I do. But no, I think like you say, I won't be watching. I'll be watching Kojo with myself, obviously. Gotta be done. But yeah, I think Everton might be a bit too strong. But what not a great game to finish off the week, considering there has been some decent fixtures. They could have moved around, especially like you say, United. I would have liked to see United Newcastle on the Monday night. That would have been pretty good. Would have enjoyed that. But no, that is your weekend's fixtures and the Premier League. So overall, some decent fixtures. But yeah, thanks Kojo for joining us. Like I say, mate, so happy to get you on doing something. Like I say, we've been in the vicinity on other people's sort of streams before, both me and James on separate ones. It was good to get you on here, and like I say, welcome anytime you want to come on, mate, and talk some fixtures with us. That'd be good. Also, get you on the main pod as well and do a proper talking kit with you. And because I've never really seen you talk about kits before, so it'd be interesting to see what sort of kit.
It would be actually.
And
so because of your show, because genuinely, ever since like we started following each other on Twitter, I've had times where I'd be going through social media, whatever, and I look at a kit, I'm proper analyzing it. If I remember, if I like it, then I go back to the old kits of maybe the 90s, compare it to the kits now. Because genuinely, I think a lot of football fans tend to forget, and that's a great concept about your show, is we fall in love with football kits. Genuinely, we fall in love with football kits. You got even grumpy fans so unhappy about their club, and then once they see the kit, they're like, oh, damn. Which tends to be Arsenal, because truth be told, some of their kits are beautiful. I'm not even gonna lie. Unfortunately, their club is just not beautiful. They suck. So, for them, that's just a problem. But I genuinely love the concept of your show, and it's been a pleasure being here. And anytime you want me, just drop me a message, and I'll do my best to make sure I'm available for you guys. I appreciate it.
Mate, I love that. Yeah, I appreciate that. Them kind words, mate. And same to you.
Sorry, Kojo, what is it you're doing Monday? Sorry, give it a plug. What is it?
So I am on Usman's channel doing every week at 8 o'clock. Is it? I hope that's the time. I hope I got that right. At 8 o'clock, we do a show called the Rival Fans Podcast, where he gets sort of like fans. It's usually a set cast. So you got Arsenal, United, you got Chelsea, you got West Ham, and then hopefully we get a Tottenham fan. But
do you do both? You do United and West Ham? Is that what you flip between?
That belongs to Dan from West Ham Fan TV. Great guy. I think he'd love to collaborate with you guys actually, because that'd be a great dynamic.
Yeah, we'll get in contact, man. Definitely.
Absolutely, but yeah, that's what we do every Monday. So I think we're doing that. So yeah, and then my podcast will be on Tuesday at 7 p.m. So
yeah, so the one on Monday that's on Usman Talks United, isn't it? So
indeed,
yeah. Search that out on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube as well. Usman Talks United, great channel. I've featured on there. Done the Rivals, done the United show. Great channel, definitely go and support. Make sure you go and support Free in Midfield as well. Kojo and the guys doing some absolutely amazing work. Glad he's come on the pod, like I say. More and more to come. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this weekend's fixtures. There's some great ones coming up. We will be back very soon with another strip down, talking about the week's fixtures. Also look out for another great Talking Kit pod coming to YouTube and also wherever you get your audio podcasts from as well. So yeah, that is it from us. James, anything you want to say before we head out?
No. Thank you for joining us. Cheers, Kojo. Appreciate it. And we'll be back with much more content soon.
Great stuff. Yeah. Make sure you keep it easy, Kit fans, and we'll see you all soon.